Welcome to the Infertility Podcast. I'm Candace.
And I'm Daniel. Grab a biscuit because we've got the tea on all things infertility.
If you're enjoying the podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and leave us a review. This helps others find our podcast and get even more information about coping with infertility. Also, if you'd like to stay up to date with our story, you can follow me on Instagram at Operation Baby Bump.
Have a great topic for our podcast? Email us at thevanwades@gmail.com.
Hello.
Hello.
Alright,
Alright, mate.
Episode 8.
8. Who's number 8 for Manchester United? Juan Mata. That's who.
Oh, Lord. Let's not talk about that. So we did a Q&A on Instagram, and if you're a part of that, thanks for writing in. I really sounded just like Dear Abby just then.
You did, and
Thanks
I
for
also thought
writing
you were
in.
going to say, like, thanks for sliding into my DMs.
Yeah, thanks
That's
for
like one of
sliding
your favourite
in.
sayings.
Well, it's not a DM, it's a comment. Thanks for sliding into my comments.
Ooh.
So we'll do those Q&As at the very end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And we will just get on.
Wow.
What?
Wow, just get on.
What? We'll just get on with this sode. The sode right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you listen to our podcast regularly, most likely it's because infertility is such a big part of your life. And you listen because I hope we provide you with support and maybe new information that you haven't had before. Yeah, and entertainment too.
They didn't call me at high school the most entertaining man of the year.
You didn't even go to high school.
You got me.
They don't have high school in England. He did go to
Secondary school.
secondary school.
Yeah. But no one actually called me the most entertaining person. They did say I had the biggest teeth of a human.
Yeah.
Ever.
That is true.
Pretty big.
I've punched him so many times, and
No, but do you
none
remember
of the
when
teeth
we...
have come out.
No,
or
they're
broken.
rock hard. When we first got together and we were making out, and we would accidentally clink teeth. Clink! And you would go, get your walls out of the way. I used to call them big teeth.
I did call them walls. It's funny.
Big old teeth.
But anyways, I think we do a lot of episodes trying to provide you information and support. So we've done, episodes on coping as a couple and separately with infertility, information about IVF, endometriosis. We did a whole series on that stuff, in fact, major causes of infertility. So we went over PCOS and Asherman's, male factor, all of that kind of stuff, and unexplained. Bleh, I hate that.
It's no such
hate
thing.
that stupid term, unexplained infertility. But look, sometimes you don't want to talk about infertility.
Nope.
Am I right?
100%.
It gets old.
I didn't want to talk about it really ever because it's just such a pain in the arse.
Exactly. You definitely
Literally a pain in the arse for you. Like stabbing needles in there.
Yeah, and I think during the thick of infertility treatments, you would be like, how do you spend so much time on Instagram and all you're seeing is fertility related stuff and baby related stuff? Like, how does that not get old for you? And it did sometimes, but that was my support. So that was really where I spent a lot of my time. I loved being on Instagram because while it was about trying to conceive and IVF and all of that stuff, I got to know a lot of people, and it wasn't always about trying to conceive. It was about what they were doing on a Friday night, or what their coworker was doing.
Yeah.
Or things like that. And I used to see people get annoyed that people were using their TTC account as, posting non-TTC stuff, but I loved that
Yeah.
because you have to have
A level of escapism,
yeah,
isn't
you
it?
have to have the balance, and you have to show that life isn't all about it, and you have to really show that part, because when you're trying to conceive, your whole world is wrapped up in that. And so when you see other people actually having fun or going out on a Friday night, and you just think, man, I need to let loose.
Yeah, I need to get lit. Go streaking through the quad.
Right. I need to make it not all about this baby making business.
Yeah. How was your day today?
My day was really boring. The days are just starting to drag. I think about 10:15, I was like thinking it was like 2:30.
So you've been there 2 hours?
Over 2 hours.
Yeah. Wow.
But still, I just,
Not long left.
oh man,
Yeah.
just dragging on and on and on.
I went
You know
to
what I'm
Walmart
saying?
and had a funny interaction. I was looking for a flavourful beverage that I could drink during...
What, like Coke or?
Well, I was trying to be a bit more
Non-fizzy.
rooty-tooty.
What does that mean?
You know, like, give it a little bit.
Yeah, like
so,
spend more than $1.
No, absolutely not. In fact, the drinks I chose are 52 cents each.
Right.
So originally...
That sounds like you.
Yeah, it does. I was like, oh, shall I get a Gatorade? And then you told me, no, they're full of salt and it's not a good idea. So I was like, I could do without that. So I'm going through like the crystal water drinks, you know?
Crystal Light?
Yeah. And then I didn't
I have a funny story about Crystal Light. Carry on.
Wait your turn.
Yeah.
And then... So I'm going through these drinks and all of a sudden I see, instead of $1, which the Crystal Light ones are, there's this other brand that's 52 cents, right?
Great value brand.
No, they're not Great Value brand. I'll show you afterwards. I don't know what brand they are. And I got this really delicious looking one, but I had to really stretch to the back to get the last one. So I'm stretching, and as I pulled it forward, it shot out my hand and hit the floor and exploded. It turns out it was a fizzy drink, and it sprayed me in my face. Like,
what?
yeah.
Did you get it on you?
I haven't got it on me. My trouser leg had it, my pant leg. And I'm just like, as it's spraying in my face. And I thought, what do? I just sat it on the floor and I ran away.
Nobody was in the aisle and
No,
saw it?
I was totally clear. I was on the phone to my mum and we were in hysterics because like, it couldn't have hit me more perfect in the face. And there's just this purple drink just spraying all over the floor. So eventually I saw someone from Walmart. I said, hey, I just dropped a drink and it's having a little bit of an episode. And it went off on one. So ended up buying 2 of them. I felt guilty.
You're wearing a white shirt. I'm glad it didn't spray all over your shirt.
I know. And it may
that
have.
stains.
It may have.
I don't see it.
Yeah. I don't know. Wow, that was
I
close.
don't see it.
I got 2 of them.
Wow, that's a good story.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my Crystal Light story?
I do.
It's embarrassing, but look, we're all TTC women, and someday we'll all be parents, and someday we'll all probably have to do this very thing.
Yeah, we're all adults here.
When I was a little girl, before I knew not to poop in the bathtub.
Oh, go on.
I pooped in the bathtub.
Oh.
And my dad had to scoop out my little poo in a Crystal Light can.
A Crystal Light? What?
It was like they come in these little canisters. And it was empty. It didn't have the drink in it.
Oh, so he didn't finish it off afterwards?
No, it contained the powder packets.
Oh.
It's like a little canister that contains the little packets
then
of
what
the drink
I was getting
mix.
was not Crystal Light then.
No. But back to my story.
Yeah.
It's about me now.
Yeah.
You had your turn. I remember, like, this is one of my most vivid memories. I was probably, I don't know,
21?
3 or 4. My brother was a baby, so I was 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And
Have you
Yeah, he
ever been
scooped it out.
tempted to poop in a bathtub since?
No,
One of
never
my
again. In fact, he
friends.
was really mad about it. Like, I remember,
Really?
yeah, he
Come
was
on,
like,
Pops.
Candace Lynette.
You can't crap in a bathtub.
And then he went and got the little thing and
Man.
scooped it out and dumped it in the toilet. Sorry if you're eating or I don't
No,
know
it's
what
all
you're
right.
doing
It's,
right now, but
it's all natural.
yeah,
One of my
it is
good
funny.
mates got a little drunk and pooped in a bathtub once. No water in there.
Ew.
Just skeeted all in it.
Why?
Drunk.
Did you witness this?
No, we found him. He was passed out on the toilet and he'd skeeted in the...
Why are you saying skeet? That's weird.
He'd skeeted everywhere.
Did he have pants on?
No, he had taken his pants off and pooped in the bathtub.
And he was naked in there.
No,
with
he
poop
pulled
in
his
there.
pants back up. He was all clear. He was passed out on the floor, vomit in the toilet, and poop in the bathtub.
All right, I'm really sorry, guys. This has taken a turn for the worse.
I won't name him.
Let's get back to the episode. So the whole intro point, all of that to say,
Don't poop in the bathtub.
no. All of that to say about, how we're always talking about infertility. I thought we'd do an episode that was not about infertility. What do you think about that?
I love it because it consumes us.
I just think we're so much more than that particular season of life. I was thinking about how we go through seasons in our lives, and I remember thinking seasons come and go. I think this was right after we lost all of our embryos in the first round. And I just remember thinking this infertility is like not a season. It's like my life because the years have drug on and on and on. But really, someday you'll look back and realize that infertility was a season. But the thing about it is that we are so much more, like we have so much more to our lives than going through that dark season. We have passions.
Yeah, but you got to think, infertility has now followed you for a quarter of your life. Like,
that's true. I mean, our entire marriage,
Yeah.
like pretty much our entire marriage, which is unfortunate because, when we were planning trips and things, we were planning everything around
it,
yeah. I don't think we've ever had a carefree time during our marriage, which really sucks.
Yeah.
I pray that becomes different when we do have kids.
Yeah.
But we all have like hobbies and things that we, interests. We have things that make us happy, and our trips around the sun are not just a waste of time, right?
No.
We're so much more than this. So I just thought we could celebrate the beauty of life in this episode. And it is important, even if you're celebrating the small moments, especially when you're going through these difficult times, it's really important to observe those little things, the little things in life,
It's
right?
the finer details.
Yeah, it keeps you kind of level if you can be going through a dark time and then say, wow, the sun looks nice today. Or, my hair actually did what I wanted it to today.
Oh, there's no acne on my forehead.
Yeah. I feel like there were points during treatment when I had just been pretty much crapped on time and time again. And it felt like there was no end. Like I was saying, it just felt like this season was dragging on. And I remember when we lived in Florida, it felt like summer all the time.
Yeah.
We had winter maybe 1 month of the year.
Like January and February, I remember.
Yeah,
being
it
cold,
would get
but not like
yeah,
freezing.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't like living in Florida for that very reason, because it didn't feel like I was progressing in life. I love seasons. I love when spring turns to summer and when summer turns to fall and fall turns to winter. There would be moments in time when I was going through those difficult times, little moments, and I would just pretty much cling to them desperately because I just thought, wow, that felt good. even if it was for 2 seconds. Like, I felt peaceful. I felt relaxed. There would be small times, maybe if it was a beautiful day and it was like really sunny and perfect weather and it was like a cool breeze, and I'd be walking in this weather and it'd get warmer when you step out into the sun and you'd feel it on your skin, and then you'd step back into the shade and you'd feel the breeze, and it just felt like you were interacting with nature and that you were here on this earth and your existence mattered, you know?
You're making yourself sound like Snow White right now. You're like, oh, I'm interacting with the animals. Yeah. With their 7 dwarfs following you around.
No, I just mean it's really important. I know it sounds cheesy, but to think of the beautiful things in life, whatever that is to you, whatever you think is beautiful, if it's journaling or if it's, you know, what is it?
Heroin, like whatever.
Heroin.
What a beautiful drug.
I don't recommend doing that
We are anti-drug.
at this time.
At this time. Later on this evening, we're going to get skagged up to our eyeballs.
No. Don't do heroin. Don't listen to Daniel.
Don't listen to Candace. Don't do heroin.
What?
You were saying do it later on.
Daniel, I was not. Rewind that back, guys, and listen. Whatever the moment and whatever we find makes ourselves feel alive. I hope that you guys can experience that more often or observe those things more often. And I was hoping that in this episode, Daniel and I could kind of talk about memories that we can pick out from the dark times and things that we can actually appreciate that actually happened, that were set apart from the crappy time that we had. So let's talk about our memories.
Let's do it.
I'll go first.
What do you mean you'll go first? They're all
Ladies
yours.
first. One of my favorite memories is when we met.
I was lit.
You were so cute.
Oh, yes.
The cutest.
I was wearing a waistcoat.
The cutest
I remember.
guy I'd ever seen
No.
in my life.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And you actually liked me. And
I
I
did.
was like, wow, this
I did.
is no way. He's way crazy. But that was before all of it started, of course.
Who'd have known?
So you have no cares in the world when you're falling in love, right?
No.
And I had been disappointed in the past by guys, but I think that when I met you, it was really easy to just fall in love with you.
Yeah,
And
it really is.
not worry about getting hurt. I mean, that was kind of crazy, don't you think? Because you lived in another country.
Yeah.
I should have definitely been worried about getting hurt, but I wasn't. I just kind of fell in love so easily.
I think when you know, you know.
Yeah.
When you think that there's a risk and the other person has got the same amount to lose as you, then it's easier to kind of relax. You know, we were very lucky
Yeah.
that the cards fell into place like they did.
I didn't even have to try and lock you down with a pregnancy.
No,
You
because
actually
let's
liked
face it,
me.
that wouldn't have worked. As we
No.
as we later
Isn't
found
that
out.
funny?
Yeah. So
Oh,
you could have
man.
been. I mean, you could have been trying to trap me.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it wouldn't have worked.
It wouldn't.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I can
funny.
imagine she was in at work talking to her friends. I'm gonna trap this guy.
Yeah.
I'm getting so trapped.
I'm just, all I gotta do is get him with his pants down.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. You little schmeck away.
Aye.
So yeah, I remember us being over the hills in Louvre.
In Louvre. I remember when you went back home after we met, I was on light duty at Disney. And I was passing out stickers in the park. And
Can you explain what light duty is to people?
light duty is when you're doing some crap job that's not your job. and you have to wear a horribly ugly costume that's pleated pants. It was awful.
It's basically a mum costume.
It was mom pants. It was 80s mom pants with huge pleats. And I was standing out in the park handing out stickers.
Little Mickey stickers, right?
Yeah, and this family walked by, and it was like a blonde-haired woman, a blonde-haired guy, and they had 2 little kids, a boy and a girl, and they were both white blonde hair, and they were just all in their like matching t-shirts and just happy. And I had just met you, and you had just gone home, and I just remember thinking, I'm gonna have his babies.
I'm gonna get him tracked.
Yeah, I just remember thinking that you were the one, and I could see myself having kids with you.
No, I felt...
And it was weird.
Yeah.
Because I had known you for
3 days.
3 days.
Yeah. I think I was still playing my options, you know. I was like, oh, she's cute. You know, I like her a lot.
Whatever.
Yeah, no, I was totally into it.
You were totally into this.
Oh, dude, totes my goats.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't said totes my goats in years.
Yeah. Another favorite memory of mine is we had Disney annual passes for years. And we lived there. We both worked there at a time. And we just used to go to the park all the time. And it just never really got old, did it?
No, it really didn't. I think there's so much you can do there, and it feels like the happiest place on earth. It doesn't matter what the weather is. It just feels happy all the time. And it was a good escape.
It really was a good escape. I think when we moved to South Carolina, that's when we got our annual passes. And we live about 6 hours from Disney now. So we would just take off on a weekend, go down there, play around. And it was nice to be removed for just 2 days, even if it's just 2 days. So Disney is special to us. We haven't been back in quite a while.
Yeah, how many years has it been? I don't remember.
Canceled our passes? It's been like
the last
3 years.
The last time you went there was with Kennedy.
Yeah. Another memory I like is when we built our house in Texas.
Man, I love that house.
I know that eventually that became a source of pain for us. But when we were building our house in Texas, it was really exciting.
It really was.
We thought, oh, we're going to build this big old house. We had 4 bedrooms. We had an office. We had this big upstairs like bonus space that we were going to turn into like this home theater, and we were going to watch movies every weekend with our kids and fill all the rooms with kids. And eventually, you know, it became clear that that was not happening. Mm-hmm. And that was depressing eventually. But in the beginning, it's important to note that there was an excitement there.
Yeah.
There really was. And I'm not going to let infertility take those things away from me and kind of paint over everything else that's happened to us.
Yeah, I love that house. I have so many good memories there. It's still, in my opinion, the most comfortable toilet I've ever owned in my life.
Every single toilet has not compared
nowhere near
to the one we had in that house.
There was such good clearance. The seat was comfortable. It was just a fantastic toilet. And then not to mention a huge shower. Yeah, you know, for your sausage and beans. And like, so when it was so nice just to have such a big shower and a big bathtub.
I had a big garden tub. I took baths all the time. I was obsessed. I would watch my crime shows in the bathtub. I would prop up, I'd bring a chair in, put my laptop on it.
Light a candle,
watch my crime shows. One time we both got in the bathtub and ate Chinese food together.
Oh, that was so good.
Do you remember that?
That was good Chinese food.
No,
it wasn't. It wasn't good Chinese food.
We were a little bit uncomfortable, but we were committed to it. we were like,
now I want Chinese food.
we've already started eating. Let's finish our food.
Yeah, you're right.
But that's what adulting's all about, guys.
Yeah.
If you want to sit in the bathtub with your husband and eat Chinese food, that's what you can do when you're an adult. You get to do stuff like that.
I had some funny things happen there. Like, I was edging the grass once and my edger broke down. I'd sit down and fix it, and I'd managed to sit in a pile of red ants.
That's not funny.
It was funny afterwards. They gnawed on me a little bit, you know. What else happened? I bought this golf thing where you could go into the backyard and you could hit this ball, but it was attached, so it would just spin round. So you could hit it and you'd never lose your ball. Well, the first time I hit it, I managed to smash it off, and it flew off into someone else's yard. And,
nice.
Yeah, my younger brother was there, Justin. You know him.
Yeah, I know.
And
good guy.
We both looked at each other as if to say, "Have I broken anything in someone's window?" But we didn't. We ran inside like kids that just kicked a ball over the fence. It was pretty funny. Good times. I would, if I won like oodles of cash, I'd buy that house back. Why? Why? I would. You know, I'd just buy it.
Why? I'm never living there again.
No, but it would be nice to own. You know, it's where it all started for us.
Yeah, no.
Alright, well, it's not your money. I'm the millionaire.
Are you? If I'm married to a millionaire...
No. I mean in my imaginary world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I've also got
Let me know when you really become a millionaire so I can benefit from that.
Yeah, we'll see.
What else have we done that we've loved?
Traveled.
Done
a bit of travelling. We've been to France, Austria.
Yes. Although
Germany.
I need a redo for France because I went with 4 boys and...
I don't want to talk about France. Everything about France grinds my gears. Can you just wait until our daughter is like 18 and go
We
with her?
drove from Dover. Well, we drove from Mum's house to Dover. Got on the ferry. Drove from Calais to central Paris to the airport. The whole thing took about 6 hours traveling. And then we got on a train to go into central Paris, like into Paris proper. And we, I guess, got off too early because we didn't, all the signs were in French. There's nothing in English there because they're pompous windbags. Sorry if you're French.
No, I'm not sorry.
But they are. They do not speak English to anyone.
To be fair, we could learn French, but...
Yeah, but they can speak but you're in Paris and you're in a tourist destination, and I get it. I was trying. I was like, bonjour, I was trying.
Yeah. You're also wearing a red beret.
I was wearing a red beret and a black and white striped shirt.
Still one of the most embarrassing things ever. It was...
red beret, black and white striped shirt. I was like, I'm in Paris.
It's like so American.
It doesn't matter. That was my vacation. I can wear whatever the freak I want.
But just so we're clear, we're not going back to Paris. You can go with my daughter.
Anyways, back to my story.
Yeah.
We walked 3 miles to the Eiffel Tower.
We did see some good sights on the way, though.
Well...
Architecture.
We didn't get to stop and do anything. We literally got off the train, walked to the Eiffel Tower. I got some French fries and a waffle at the Eiffel Tower, and this bird bastard flew and knocked my fries out of my hands.
Bird bastard.
I almost cried because on our way to the Eiffel Tower, we were all looking for like a McDonald's or something to eat, something. Like we were starving. And then it started raining. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I do, because you are the most fussy eater. We went past about 100 things.
We went into this little bakery place. Well, they have them all over the place. And Daniel got a cheese and tomato baguette.
Yep.
And I asked them, can I have just a cheese baguette? Like, can you take the tomatoes off? And they refused to do it. They literally, it's like less work
Yeah.
to
They
not
just
put the
weren't.
tomatoes on it.
They weren't making any more. They
They
were only
just,
selling what was in the window.
yeah, they
and
wouldn't do
like,
it, and they were rude.
On
So,
reflection, we should have just taken the tomato off ourselves.
yeah, but I tried yours, and I didn't even like that cheese that was on it anyway.
It was alright.
But anyway,
Substandard.
I almost cried because I was so hungry, and I wanted those French fries and the waffle.
Yeah.
So I ended up just eating the waffle. And then, to conclude my story about Paris, we walked back to the train station.
Yeah. We
And to
didn't
the
have
car.
to go 3
We
miles.
literally-
Yeah, that time we just got on
That's
the train.
it. That's all we did.
Yeah.
We walked to the Eiffel Tower, we walked back.
It was always going to be a day trip.
Yeah, but next time I want to actually see things. I want to go up in the Eiffel Tower. I want to see it at night when it's all lit up. Blah, 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 blah.
I don't. Like,
No.
I will never set foot in Paris again. It's my least favourite city
Yes,
on
you
planet
will.
Earth. I will not.
Yes, you will.
I've
Good
been
night.
there.
Yes, you will. Night,
I've
night,
been
night,
there.
night,
I've
night, night.
done that. I would like you to take our kids and maybe like my mum
We
go or
will
something.
go on family trips.
But to Paris,
Yeah, we
can we
will.
go see something better? New Zealand.
I would love to go to Venice.
Okay, we can do Venice. It stinks apparently, but
I'd love to go there. We went to Salzburg, Austria.
that was cool.
That was beautiful. We
Bloody
went to
gorgeous.
we didn't do a tour or anything, but we did see some of the Sound of Music sites,
That was
which
cool.
was really exciting because I loved that movie growing up.
It's a great movie.
And there's this picture of me. I was doing the whole, when she's like goes up the staircase and she's like, do re mi fa sol la ti do, and she like points up in the sky. I did that little pose, and Daniel took the picture, and there's clearly a guy behind me, like staring at my butt, like clear as day. Winning.
Yeah, you do have a cute butt.
Yeah, not really. It's more of a square now.
No, it isn't.
Back then, I was much thinner, and I probably did have a cute butt back then. But anyway, that maybe I'll make that our cover photo because that's a really funny picture.
What a cute butt.
Not my cute butt.
Oh.
That same trip we went to
Dachau.
Germany, and we went to see the Dachau concentration camp. Now, Hitler is pretty much most of the reason why I went into psychology.
The guy's a bastard.
It just fascinates me. Conformity is just an insane concept, especially on that kind of a level. But I have always really been fascinated with World War II and the Holocaust, and I really wanted to see a concentration camp. So I was really happy to do that, and Mom came with us to do that. It was
a cool trip.
very eerie.
Very eerie, quiet.
It was so quiet.
It still smelled a little bit of like, there was like a strange odour.
You just walked in and you thought to yourselves, like, so many people died here. I'm standing where they died. Anyway, sorry to bring it down, but
I think the most fascinating thing about that place was we were in the canteen, I guess, where they ate, and on the wall in big bold letters it said, "No smoking, please." And you were like, well, were they allowed to smoke when they were here? And no, it was just the German soldiers put it up there to even more break their will, right?
Yeah.
You even if you could smoke, you can't.
yeah.
And like that sort of psychological warfare is what made that entire genocide one of the most cruel on earth.
Yeah, there's a really great book called Man's Search for Meaning. Really, really good book. It's about a psychologist who was in the concentration camp and survived. But like you said, the psychological things they would do to them were, I would have just tried to jump the fence and let them kill me. Because I don't think I could have handled the torture, just the constant torture. I would just be like, just kill me. Like, just shoot me in the head. Like,
Yeah,
I'm done.
get it over with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
it's
real.
terrifying.
Jesus, take me home.
Yeah, yeah, just atrocities. The human race is terrible.
Yeah. Now let's shift gears and go to something lighter.
Yes,
A
mass
lighter.
murder. Let's go to.
A lighter memory. So, New York was probably my most recent favorite memory.
Oh, for sure.
I think
Which tells you how much of a freaking roller coaster you've been through. You had surgery.
I had
Like,
surgery. I think it was cool because, well, first of all, we got there a couple days early, so we were able to do some sightseeing. But we have not been, since our honeymoon in 2010, so 9 years ago, we have not been on a vacation, just the two of us.
no. I mean, we've been to England.
We've been
every
to
year,
England,
but
we've been to Texas, we've traveled together, but we've been with family every single time. And to have something that was just like the two of us, you know, getting on a plane, going,
yeah.
exploring. I also think that we were so excited to get the surgery done.
Yeah, it
We
was
were-
really weird.
It was really weird. Like, I was so excited
Like the night
to have
before,
surgery.
Yeah, like instead of being super nervous.
I mean, I was doing bowel prep and
Yeah,
that wasn't
but-
fun, but I was literally so excited. For one, I love anesthesia. If you have listened to any of our podcasts, you know that I love anesthesia. It's
It's
my
the most
boyfriend.
beautiful nap.
I love it. And so I just knew I was going to take a delicious nap.
Delicious.
They were going to take out all the endometriosis,
Yeah.
if there was any in there, which we weren't sure, but we
No.
were pretty sure it was there. And I just remember afterward when you said it was endometriosis.
Yeah.
I remember feeling like, yes, because they got it. Like,
Yeah.
they found it, they got it, and we can just move forward. And it felt like an answer. Like,
It's the first time we
it was
had
the
an answer.
first time, you know, after all this unexplained infertility crap, that someone gave us what we've just been begging for years. An answer. An answer and a solution.
Yeah.
And so,
Someone took responsibility for it, and
yeah.
we've dealt with such idiots who are scared to, you know, make a judgment call, and
Yeah.
like finding a clinic where they are actually professional and skilled in finding exactly what causes their undiagnosable infertility was awesome. So I get it was super exciting being in New York. Plus
Yeah.
it snowed.
It snowed. It was like magical.
We got to explore. We ate like pizza and pasta at a proper Italian New York place, you know?
Yeah.
And what else did we do? Like,
We went up the One World
Oh,
Trade Center, which was
breathtaking.
cool.
breathtaking.
And a bit emosh.
Hugely emotional because you're standing in the location of where, or close to the location where 4,000 people
Why do we
lost their
go
life.
to where people die? It's just...
I think it makes you a better human being
Yeah,
to
I mean,
understand atrocities.
Yeah, of course, and you honor people by visiting,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like, if any of their souls are still there and they're walking around as ghosts, they probably enjoy the company.
Yeah,
So,
they probably do. And they're like, all these people are here to see me.
yeah.
And you're like, yeah, we're here for
you
you.
were awesome. You didn't deserve
Yeah.
this. So
Totally. New York City will always be one of my favorite places. And I
which
can't...
is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy because I hated New York City.
Man, you hated it.
I had a really bad experience there once. Pretty traumatic, I would say. And I had just always hated New York City. And I never wanted to go there. Daniel had been.
Yeah. I love the city.
And he liked it and wanted to go back. And I was always just like, no, I'm not going to that place. But for what's happened to us and the hope and the renewed future that it gave us and what that place means to us now, it will always be one of my favorite places
We'll
on
absolutely
Earth.
take our kids there one day and just be like,
100%.
this place is the reason why you're here.
Yeah. You are alive because of the experts here. Like, thank God for them.
Yeah.
So I think that's my most recent fave. What do you think?
No, 100%. I had such a blast. The weirdest vacation ever. It's also cool. We went to Charlotte recently. And I know that's not exactly travelling, but we did things and, you know, sorry.
That was an exhausting trip.
It was, but sorry
we were
if this is
busy the whole
sensitive
time.
for some people, but we did things that we never thought we were going to do before.
Yeah.
Like, we shopped for things that we never thought we'd shop for.
Yeah.
And it was just thoroughly exciting and exhausting. But it was, like, just unbelievable. It felt like I was in a virtual reality machine.
Yeah, it did. See, you know, life is good at times. I mean, I know it's really hard, and there's a lot of people out there going through other things that are, you know, they're taking care of a loved one who's dying, or they have cancer, or they're taking care of someone who has cancer, or, you know, they're going through a divorce, or, you know, they've lost a child.
Even lost a pet, anything.
Even lost a pet. Life is so unpredictable, and it's so harsh.
It's fragile.
It's fragile, and it's short, and it's so important to go, wow, today was a good day.
Yeah, find those small victories.
If you've never seen About Time, the movie About Time, please, I'm begging you, that's your homework. Yeah. Please just consider that as a part of this podcast episode. Please watch it. It's on Netflix, I think, now.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Go watch it.
About
Please.
Time.
What are you waiting for if you have not seen it? It will make you just feel good about life and good. And I think it will kind of open your perspective to treat every day like for what it is and see the beauty in every single day, no matter what kind of day it is, you know?
Yeah.
So please go watch that movie. It's amazing. It's like my favorite movie ever.
Great movie.
It's amazing. So I hope you enjoyed our episode that was kind of not about infertility. But now I thought we would do some questions and answers.
Questions and answers.
Just a little warning here. Some of these are about pregnancy. And I will save those till the end, and I will let you know when we're about to go into those questions.
Cool.
First question
is Daniel, where do you think Manchester United will finish in the Premier League?
That's actually not on.
It's a great question. I would say
It's
top
not
4.
on the list.
Next question. How did you guys meet, and why America and not England to live? Well, it was the worst winter in the history of records.
Well, let's answer the first part of the question. How did we meet? Refer to season 1, episode 1.
Yep.
And you will know how we met.
The short story, the Spark Notes version, Cliff Notes, either way.
We met out on a night out in Orlando, Florida. And he was looking, he was liking. I was also looking and liking. And we fell in love immediately.
We fell in love in a early days.
And why not England to live? Well,
it was
because America
winter
is the greatest country of all time.
I don't disagree.
America's just the greatest country. I mean, I'm sorry if you live in England. I love England. I love going back there. When I go back there, it feels like home. I lived there for 6 months when we were dating and got engaged. And someday our dream is to have a flat there and kind of split our time there. So live there maybe in the summers, the spring and the summer, and then live in America half the time. That's just one of our dreams. But as far as living there now or living there when we got married, I feel like there was more opportunity for us in America. Like more.
But that's not the reason we chose to live in America. The reason we chose to live in
Well,
America is because you couldn't adjust to England.
well, it's not. I think I could have eventually. I think now, if we for some reason if you got a really amazing job offer there, and we had to relocate, I could definitely
Yeah,
do it now.
you
But
could.
when
Yeah.
when I lived there, we
You'd
lived
never left the
in.
you'd never left the country either. You'd only ever lived in America.
Yes, but also the circumstances were such that we lived in a garage flat. We had a toilet and a sink. We did not have a tub or a shower, and we had to go
Into the main house.
either into the main house when they were home, or we had to walk down the street to Daniel's mom's house and bathe. We didn't have a kitchen, so we were eating takeaways every night. I was eating ice cream a lot because
I still don't think you
No,
arrived in December and
no,
it
here's
was
what
freezing.
I think. I know it was really cold, and I pretty much had seasonal depression. But I will say that had we had a more, and the garage flat was comfortable. I don't want to say it wasn't comfortable. I just think if we would have had the resources, like we weren't going down the road to bathe and stuff. Like, that's a hard way to live. It made me feel like I was going back in time and living.
Yeah, but we saved a lot of money,
in
and
the olden days.
we
did.
the correct thing to do.
So I think my first introduction to England probably wasn't the greatest, especially since Daniel said it was the coldest winter in 30 years, and it was so cold. England, I do love you. I really do. But it was very easy to make a decision about America. And you didn't fight me at all about that, did you?
No, I mean, I love England and everything about it. Yeah, it's lovely, but no, it just wasn't a sensible move. So.
Yeah.
All right. What is each of your go-to treats?
These days, it's ice cream sandwiches.
Specifically,
And Jell-O.
Oreo ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, but really, I love snow cones. I like ice cream. I like cold, icy things. I think that's my treat. I like frozen yogurt and stuff like that. Daniel, I can answer for Daniel. He just loves everything sweet.
Candy specifically, I like Cadbury's. I like Galaxy chocolate. Cadbury's cream eggs are really finding a special way into my heart lately. Cadbury's mini eggs. Any like British candy basically. There's certain American candy that I'll eat, but it's not made the same. It misses the main ingredient, which is for milk chocolate is milk, and they don't have milk in the milk chocolate here. So when you've
Yeah, your sweets are much better than ours.
yeah, and I
England.
get it. Like if you put like a piece of Cadbury's bought in a store here versus a bit of Cadbury's bought in a store in the UK, it doesn't even taste like the same thing. However, I will say over the past year or so, Hershey's, who makes Cadbury's chocolate in the United States, have done a really good job of improving their recipe. So
Yeah.
it's not as good, but if you really have to have Cadbury's, it's worth having a little bit of a bit.
Yeah. So that question was from Celeste, and she also asked when we're coming to Australia. She lives in Australia.
Oh, well, she knows what real Cadbury's taste like then.
Oh,
Yeah.
do they get real Cadburys?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the answer to that is we'd love to come to Australia someday. Might. But also, I'm scared of Australia because you'll have like the most deadliest creatures.
Nah, I think that's
Like
an
the-
exaggeration.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
They have the most deadliest spiders and snakes and jellyfish and
Yeah.
like all their things are like could kill you.
Yeah. I wonder if Celeste knows who Rolf Harris is? I feel like
Who's
she
that?
would. He's like this American, like kids
Rolf?
TV. Rolf Harris. Tie me kangaroo down. Sport. Tie me kangaroo down. And if
You
you
just said he was American.
no, I said Australian. I meant Australian.
Oh.
Yeah, Australian. But yeah, he's been in a bit of trouble with the law lately.
We'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
when we can make it there. That's a pretty long flight.
Just keep
so.
Rolf Harris away from me.
The next question is, have you thought about being an IVF aide, like an advocate? You'd be great.
I have not.
I think that question was for me.
But let's talk about me.
I have, yes, the answer is yes. I have thought about doing something to advocate for other people. Actually, I've talked about this before, but I got a degree in psychology, and my plan was to pursue a PhD in psychology. My plans have since changed a little bit, and now I'm thinking just pursuing a master's in social work in psychology, and I think that my calling really is to help women with infertility in either through counseling or through working with clinics to try and find better mental health resources for women going through IVF. But yes, my purpose in life has pretty much been made extremely clear. I think that there's such a gap you go into the IVF process and you're on your own. You have your doctor, but that's it. Like, they're telling you what to do medically, but you don't have someone pretty much walking alongside you. And I think that it would be great to have some kind of resource in the clinic. So yes, I would love to advocate for people going through IVF and other fertility treatments and infertility. Okay, now there's a couple pregnancy questions that we chose.
So if you'd like to stop listening now.
You're welcome to shut us off.
Shut us
off. We won't even know.
We're going to go silent for 3 seconds.
Ready?
Okay, good.
Okay, so the question is, do you find pregnancy after infertility issues and loss to be difficult / anxious?
Yes.
Yes.
Anxious especially.
Actually, I will save most of my answer for the pregnancy after infertility episode that I will be doing probably next week, maybe in a couple of weeks, depending on how that shakes out. I am going to be speaking with a beautiful girl named Arden, who's also experienced.
Oh, I like that name.
Yeah, she has had multiple miscarriages, and she is now pregnant and getting farther along in the safe zone. And so we are going to have a chat about pregnancy after infertility. But
did you say Arden?
Arden.
Arden.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that as well.
Yeah. You liked it when it was Arden and...
I like it. Yeah, it's like Greek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the short answer of that question is yes, it's extraordinarily difficult, I would say. I haven't complained about, of course, there are ailments with pregnancy, but I think the worst part about it was the anxiety in the first trimester. Everything else, like it completely overshadowed the morning sickness and all of that. So yeah, it was really hard in the beginning. I think it's much better now. Question.
Are you guys going on a baby moon?
I always said I don't need a baby moon because I feel like we've been married for 9 years and I feel like we've traveled a lot. We've spent our whole marriage on a baby moon, the one thing we've always wanted is to have kids. And so I feel like people go on baby moons because they're like, this is our last opportunity to have a vacation without kids and it's just the two of us. But really, Daniel and I have wanted it to be more than the two of us for so many years. But recently, I've really been wanting to go on a baby moon, not just like to be, celebrate our last couple of months alone, but I need a vacation. Like,
Yeah.
I just really want to relax. I feel like there's so much to do here all the time. We're sitting in this, what was our guest room and is going to be the nursery, and there's boxes and there's piles of stuff. And I feel like when I'm home, I try to be productive and I'm constantly doing something, but it wears me out.
So to answer that question, yes. But we don't know where. So if you can think of anywhere that is within driving distance of Charleston,
we
South
want to
Carolina.
just maybe drive a little.
Yeah, but we're open to suggestions. We want to relax. We don't want to sightsee other than maybe going downtown to walk around a village or something. But yeah, we're open to suggestions.
We're thinking Hilton Head or maybe Kiowa, something like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know, but we're open to suggestions. Please throw them in.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Theoretically, how far apart do you want your kids? 3 months. We want
easy, Tiger.
Yeah, slow down, girl. We want to jump straight back on.
Yeah, we do. We want our kids pretty close together. I always said I wanted my kids spaced out, but I'm almost 100 years old now.
106.
And so I think once we have this one, we've waited for so long to have this one. It's like, why are we waiting to have another one?
Let's get it done.
A lot of that reason is like, I don't want my endometriosis to come back and then have to have another surgery.
Yeah.
So we kind of want to try pretty much as soon as I'm cleared to get pregnant again would be cool. So yeah, hopefully close together. But you know what? As we know, life has other plans sometimes, and we will be thankful for what we get.
Yeah. All right, last question. What are you looking forward to most about being a mum?
I'm looking most forward to just watching our kids develop and watching what kind of personality they come up with and instilling values into them. I think that is so important to teach them patience, teach them how to treat people right, teach them how to be kind to people, how to wait their turn in line, and just the simple things.
For me, it is nibbling their fingers and toes. I cannot wait to give them a nibble. But no, seriously, your answer was spot on. I can't wait to teach them the values of how to be a decent human. And I can't wait to see her be magnificent. I think she's going to end up being one of those people who does something amazing.
And be thankful for things.
Yeah.
Daniel and I had very similar upbringings in that we didn't get just new stuff all the time. Like we got a small gift on our birthday and at Christmas, and we were just like, wow, we were so blown away by whatever it was that we got. And so I think it's important. I really hope that like we don't have iPads. I hope that our kids are not constantly on an iPad. I hope that we can teach them to play with real toys or read a book and sit still in a restaurant and things like that we did. And restaurant
as if I got to go to a restaurant.
I'm thinking of my sister really, because my sister was born, like I said, when I was older, and she was just like, she just had the same rules we did in the beginning. She doesn't anymore, but she was really quiet, sat there in the restaurant. But yeah, I think it's important to raise up a new generation of kind people, because the generation that's coming up now is they're just a bunch of crap holes.
They're a pain in the arse.
They're just a bunch of crap.
Nah, they're alright.
And that's sad because they're going to be teaching our children, which makes me want to just
Homeschool.
vomit. Yeah. So we've rambled on enough, I think. This episode is going to be pretty long, but
Enjoy the ride.
enjoy the ride.
Keep those questions coming. I love answering questions. And if you're still listening, hang in there. Keep fighting the good fight, and eventually you'll get your dreams.
Keep going.
Just
You
keep
will.
going.
You'll get there. You will get there, no matter which
If
way
we
you get
can
there.
do it,
Yeah, if we can
anyone
get there,
can.
anybody can. And we can't wait to celebrate with you when that time comes.
Yes.
So thanks for listening, guys. I'm Candace.
And I'm Daniel.
Night.
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 Bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.